you doing?
Painful week. Just going to work and not really doing anything else.
Yeah, I've been doing nothing. I'm useless. That's me now. Being fellowed is like I've got nothing to do. I have nothing to do, so I do nothing. But we were just having a discussion, and you decided that I was wrong because you're a prick. But you don't ever crave something that's shit.
No, why would you want something that's shit?
Like I know that Burger Van Burgers are shit, but every now and again I'm like, Burger Van Burger could like absolutely smash one right now, and it'd be awful, and I'd love it.
I could understand it if you went, oh, do like a greasy burger just to sort me out right now.
Yeah, but Burger Van Burger is the next level beyond that. Like, I know if I'm like out and about in town and I want something to eat, I could go, oh, I could smash a McDonald's right now. And that's the same thing, just to a lesser degree, because McDonald's is like fine. It's not good, and I always regret eating it, but it's fine.
Okay, but yeah, why would you want something that's shit when you could have something that's better? I don't get it.
Nostalgia's sake, perhaps, because like I'm drinking this like shitty cherryade because I wanted to like relive being 9 and just having like sugar-free cherryade from Asda all summer holidays. It's great.
And then complained that it was too good.
Yeah, the cherryade is got it from Co-op and it tastes nice. I'm annoyed because it's not shit. It doesn't taste artificial enough.
What has your fucking life come to when you're complaining that something tastes better than what you remember it tasting like?
I'm a fucking masochist, mate. I just want to hurt myself.
You absolute weapon of mass destruction.
Oh, yeah, it's that was a fun time. I liked being 9 in summer holidays. I think it was 9 years old the first time I was left on my own.
Jesus.
Not like ever, just like first like
I'm forever alone.
just like days at a time alone, and it was great. Like I just got to do stuff.
I think I must be in a similar age, maybe a bit older.
No, because I always forget like what age you are in what year, but I remember it was year. It was the summer holidays between year 5 and 6, so I must have been.
Mine were probably like year 7 or 8, so I'd probably be about 11 or 12 at that point.
Yeah, but I remember because it was the first one where like because my mum worked and my dad didn't work, but my dad had like got a job that summer holidays working with his mate doing like joinery and stuff, so he just wasn't in a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just got to like explore life as a young child and living in a little village like outside the like outskirts of a city. Like it was fine. I wandered about, went to the park, got bored at the park, came home, watched SpongeBob. That'd be my life. And I'd drink shit cherryade, and it made me happy.
Going to the park to talk to strange men.
Free sweets, mate. Made me right sleepy though.
Like, oh, I could just do with sunbathing for a couple of hours. Work on this sound.
I did. Well, there was one time that me and my mate did like just walk past this old lady, and she just pulled a bag of sweets out, and gave us sweets. And we're like, yeah, tar, and then left.
All right, thanks, love. Bye.
Yeah.
Jesus. So yeah, apparently there's like a vaccine now, isn't there? That's rather quickly.
Well, if there's a present issue that is stopping the government from making money, I think the government are going to throw money at anything possible.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm pretty sure UK has bought 5 million. 1 million of them will have before Christmas.
Yeah.
After that, it'll be. Fairly sure we talked about this last time, mate. I'm like 90% sure that we talked about it, and you were like, "Oh, well, how's that going to work?" And it's like, yeah, they can just like use labs more locally to produce it if that's a possibility.
Yeah, but I think when we spoke about it last week, it wasn't an actual vaccine.
No, I'm sure by last week there was. Could have been my dad. You remind me of my dad.
That I know your relationship with that. That is not a good. That is not a compliment. That's an insult.
That's all right. I've got a better relationship with him now. I'm ringing him every now and again.
You speak to your dad. birthdays and Christmas. That's
I missed his birthday by 2 days this time. Rang him 2 days late and I was like, "How was your birthday?"
Jesus.
It's fine. It's fine. Shut up.
I suppose that's the benefit for me that I've got two older brothers. Go, don't forget it's such and such birthday.
Your sister texted me on the day and I was like, "Yeah, we'll do." I just forgot. Then my mum texted me at like 10:30 at night saying, "Did you ring your dad?" I was like, "Oh fuck, no, I didn't."
No. And what makes it even worse is you forgot to ring him the day after as well.
I did, yeah, but I didn't ring him till the Saturday.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Two old brothers that I'm in a group chat with in the vodka. Oh, don't forget it's such a birthday on 4 days from now. I'm like, oh, thanks.
You just get a Google Calendar. I actually do. I need to just like spend like, and it'd only take half an hour, if that, just to put like holidays in. I really struggle with my anniversary because I know it's one of 2 days. It's the 28th or the 29th of probably April.
Of probably April.
But I don't know if it's the 28th or 29th. And also, seeing as Facebook has changed now, because me and Becca got engaged, it doesn't tell me the anniversary of when we got together anymore. It just tells me on the 5th of June that I proposed.
I didn't even know that you proposed.
Oh yeah, I'm engaged. Like,
Congratulations.
It happened a year and a half ago.
Congrats.
Oh, fuck me. Yes, this is a podcast about two friends.
Sorry that I'm not interested in you getting married. Fucking hashtag for every fucking single over here.
Sorry, you're not getting invited anymore. No bridesmaids for you.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Oh, congrats on the engagement. Oh, when are you getting married? Already married, mate.
Jesus.
Already fucking done.
So when did you stag do? Yeah, it was 2 years ago, Keith. Thanks for inviting me.
I did!
You was there!
You planned it!
Yeah, fuck. Jesus. So yeah, we're talking about the back to the vaccines.
Vaccines, yeah.
We were talking about it at work. I like, so it's like 95%. Like that's how good it works.
Yeah, because there was one. There was the one that was in America that was 90%. Then it got up to like 92% with a bit more testing. Then there's the Oxford one as well. That is 95. I'm pretty sure.
You know, like the vaccines that you can get every year for like the common cold and stuff like that.
Yes, the flu. Yeah, flu.
It's only between 40 and 60%.
Yeah, but it's also.
So I'm presuming. I think that's only because they can go. Right, there's 300 flus out there. These 3 are going to be the most common.
Yeah, it's literally these are the ones that we can actually like cultivate and.
Yeah, and then we were talking about at work like, oh well, who would you get it out to first, and that sort of stuff. I'm like, well, key workers, to be honest.
Not sure. Like for me, the way I think they will actually do it is it'll be MPs first. Obviously, they might not say it is, but it's gonna be. They'll all get it.
Yeah.
Or like some of them won't because they'll be scared of it. Whatever. But I'm fairly sure it'll be MPs, then maybe the police, maybe. But like tiered, I'm thinking MPs, then like key workers in the sense of hospital staff.
Yeah,
not you, fucko. Hospital staff. Then people are having to shelter. People who can't work because they're having to shelter because of heart disease or something.
How dare you call me that? I am an essential worker.
Fuck off. You're not.
I am a fucking key
You
worker.
answer 3 calls a day and tell people to go online.
I'm a key worker.
Fuck off.
You absolute disgrace.
I wish I could work.
Fight me now.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like probably they'll treat it as a flu jab. I reckon it'll be make your own appointment.
Yeah, something like that, or possibly I think it'll get to a point where, because obviously we're still in like tiered lockdowns and all that sort of crap, it's going to be the point of where you can get tested is where you can get the vaccines once we obviously get enough of them.
Yeah, but it's just getting them currently because we're getting 5 million, a million before Christmas. There's what, like 65 million in the UK,
Something like that, yeah.
something like that. So it's not a bad percentage of people. Like it's maths, good brain fart. Okay. Sub 10%. Let's just go with that.
It's like 5%.
It's a lot more than.
Like it's like 5 or 6%.
Yeah, it's less than 5%. Fuck it, I don't care about maths. It's not everyone, but it's a good start.
It's a start. It's millions. What do you do if you've already had it? Can you have the vaccine? No. I'm saying no straight away.
Yeah,
No, you've had it. You haven't died.
yeah,
You're already
like
dead.
that's kind of it because that's how vaccines work.
Well, no, because they're saying that your body can only hold on to the antibodies for so long.
Possibly. There was a lot of stuff early on about people getting it twice, and then it actually came back that there's a decent chance that they just had a false positive the first time. They didn't actually have it.
Oh, I thought it was like 2 strands of the same thing.
It could be, but who knows? Scientists, they know. Tell me things.
Tell me,
Next week we'll have a scientist on who worked on the vaccine.
I was just about to say, do you know any scientists? Do you know anybody that has more than 2 brain cells?
Becca went to uni.
Oh yeah, obviously we could get Becky on. She'd probably have.
If you call her Becky, she will chiv you. She hates it.
What Becky?
Yeah.
I actually meant to ask her, like, if I saw her today, do you prefer Becca or Becky?
It's Bakar.
Becca.
Like a chicken.
For fuck's sake. Becca, Becca. I'm actually going to say that to her next time I hear. Hey, Becca.
And she'll understand because I've done it.
And then she will no doubt poke me in the eyes and kick me out of her house.
Yeah. It's fine. You're hard to kick out of the house.
I am bigger than her.
In literally every way.
In every way.
Apart from maybe tits and ass.
Wow! Actually, is that a compliment? I don't know.
It's a compliment to you.
Okay, I'm not sure anymore. Oh, God.
Yeah, I think my alcoholic drink of choice would be better if it was shittier.
Cough.
Because I'm drinking Cherryade and Absolute Vanilla. But like, yeah, just if it was a bit shitty, a bit more artificial tasting. That tastes like a really shit slushy, but not shit enough.
You are the only person that I know that goes, I want that to taste more artificial.
Oh, no, it's a thing.
It's not.
It is
I've
a thing.
never heard
Suck an
anybody
egg.
say, I want that to taste less like a natural thing being grown.
Mate, my favourite noodles of all time. I get them from the little Chinese supermarket down the road. They they come, they come in an orange tub. They just let you pour water over them. Come in an orange tub. It's artificial pork flavour. It's fucking amazing.
Just put some pork in it, man.
No, I like the artificial pork flavour.
Pork, cook it, chop it, and put it in there.
No. We talked about this. Pork's underrated.
Yeah, I think that was the first episode.
Yeah, pork's underrated. Not enough people eat pork.
Jesus Christ! 4 episodes in, and we're already rehashing shit that we've been talking about, that we've already talked about.
So next week's topic is the COVID vaccine, if it exists.
The week after is football, and why you should get into it.
Yeah.
The week after is D&D.
D&G.
D&G.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dicey and Gabbana.
Oh,
Hello.
oh, Jesus.
Dungeons and Dragons, and do you understand it?
Yeah, no, I don't.
No.
Brand new to you'll go over my topics now. So I got into.
Jesus.
Did you hear about Mario Balotelli or whichever footballer it was that died?
Jesus Christ!
I don't know.
Not even close.
Maradona.
Yes.
Was it? Oh, fuck yeah.
To be fair, he was 60, severely overweight, and had a cocaine addiction.
Maybe I should get into football. That sounds fun.
Jesus, we've talked about this.
You didn't talk to me about all the overweight men with cocaine addictions. I'd watch football if it was like that.
To be fair, he hasn't played for about 30 years.
So if we just fill the ball with cocaine and get a load of overweight addicts to just have a go at the ball, I'd watch that.
To be fair, so would I. Said the team that wins gets like a kilo of cocaine.
Have you ever heard of, it's called taser ball?
No.
Imagine football, but the ball is 5 feet tall. And also, everyone has a taser.
Okay.
Imagine how fun that'd be. Because it's a real game, people play it.
Have you ever seen, it's like, you get like a massive bubble, you get in the bubble,
Oh, yeah.
but it only goes far down as like your waist,
Yeah, and then you run at people.
and then you run at people and just hit them as hard as you can. I don't know about that.
I think you'd win.
I think it depends who I'm playing with. If I'm playing with Callum Davis, I'm losing.
Yeah, he's the mountain.
Yeah. Even though he has lost a lot of weight.
I think, honestly, with how much taller he is than you, I think, because it'll only go to his nips, you might be able to get under, like, the curve of the ball and just take him out.
Just javelin.
Yeah. Just like you, jump before you get there. Dunk.
Jesus. I'll tell you what, talking about football actually,
Yeah.
Blackburn beat Preston for like the first time in about 6 years, and I know you don't care.
But it's good to know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure when I go back to work, you know, in question mark how long,
Yeah.
it'll be a topic of conversation. Could have talked about that if I was at work. No, it's how I lie about being a lad. Get all my information from you, and I talk about football, and I get them to talk about it, and then they give me the big tips.
Lads.
Did you see that ludicrous display last night? See, they always try and walk it in. Yeah,
That one.
yeah, that one.
But what that means is that Callum Davis has been giving me non-stop grief for at least 3 years now. And we won and went above them in the league. Us beating them meant that we went above them in the league. And that meant that on at least 4 different occasions this week, I've wound him up that much about it that it looks like he was on the verge of tears.
Oh, you're an asshole.
And Blackburn won again today, and Preston lost again. So next week, I'm going to take it a step further and actually make him cry. One of 2 things are going to happen. He's either going to cry
Or beat you.
or punch me in the face.
Well, you deserve it for making him cry.
Well, he deserves it. Me making him cry because
Next time you see him, just ask him, because there was one time that his kid had a TV on top of like his wardrobe or something when he was in bed. His kid climbed up and just decked it off and smashed it, and then he got him a new TV.
yeah.
Just ask him about that, and like, why did you get him a new TV? Because your kid's been like a little shit and smashed the TV for no reason, and you just replaced it like an idiot.
Did he ever tell you the story that his missus once threw an iron at his head?
Why?
And he was being a dickhead.
I've annoyed Becca on occasion. Never that bad.
Yeah, she chucked an iron at his head.
Did it hit him?
So it would explain a lot.
Yeah. Oh.
Imagine winding someone up so much that they chuck an iron at your head.
My mum, it was either my mum or my auntie, but one of them used a Pyrex jug on the other one's head. It didn't smash because those things are bloody sturdy. And then my mum, there was a 3-way fight at one point where someone had a jug, my mum had a guitar, and Michelle had a knife.
I think I'd rather be Michelle in that scenario, I'm not going to lie.
I don't know, I don't want to take a jug to the head. Like, I know you're not going to stab me. Like, I know you're not going to
me
stab
on
me.
the head with a jug, I'm going to stab you.
Don't get hit by the jug then. Sounds like a you problem.
Don't get stabbed by the knife then, that sounds like a you problem.
And then the one with the guitar wins.
Yes. So, it is very big and blunt, but also once broken, very, very stabby.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So what have you actually done this week? Just gone for long walks?
I have walked. That's my life now.
Just going on walks around the park. Like a man without a dog.
Yeah.
Maybe you should get a dog.
No, I've got cats, but they don't walk.
No, cats are shit.
You're shit. Get out of
Actually,
my house.
just fucking lead for the cats and just drag them
Don't
out.
think they like it.
I don't care what they like.
Also, like they're indoor cats and they've never been outside, not once in their entire goddamn lives. I don't want them to get a taste for it. Stockholm syndrome. You live here and I'm good. And they go, alright.
Okay. You occasionally pick them up and pat them.
Yep.
And they go, this is acceptable for the next 30 seconds.
I'm trying to think what I've actually done this week and there's nothing. There's watched one of the Tinkerbell films. But it was the last one and then I've ruined all the other ones for me, so I'm not going to go back and watch them now.
Probably for the best. You are seemingly losing your fucking mind.
A little
Why
bit.
are you watching fucking Tinkerbell films?
Because I think it was Becca's turn to watch film, to pick a film, and I ended up picking it just because I know that she's wanted to watch it for a while and hasn't seen it.
This is a woman that works for the NHS.
Yeah.
As like an aide for surgeons, and she's going on and watching fucking Tinkerbell films.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? Have you never watched a Disney film?
This-
Go on, say it's different. Also, Tinkerbell is a Disney film, so we're fine.
It's just two very big contrasts. And you can't even say it's not a big contrast. One, she's like amputated, like during the day, she's amputating a guy's leg off because he's got diabetes and he's unhealthy as a beck.
They don't call it liver beaties.
No, they don't. Jesus. And then Quinn Home going, oh, let's watch a bit of Tinkerbell.
Yeah, it was the last one. They got Tom Hiddleston to play Captain Hook in that one.
Okay.
It was like they were going for a whole actual series of films, and then the last one they made was made like 4 years ago, and they haven't made another one since. Sad times. It was alright. It was fine. It was a fine film.
Was it as good as Hope?
No, nothing ever will be.
That is still one of my favourite films.
It's good. It's. I don't want to say flawless, but I can't think of anything.
Yeah. I mean, I rewatched it for the first time in God knows how many years, like a few months ago. I don't remember the first 20 minutes of this film.
Yeah, because you don't care about the first 20 minutes when he's not Peter Pan.
And then I was like, I don't actually know if I've ever seen the first 20 minutes of this film.
My old mate Neil, it's not even his name. It's like you. But my mate Neil, who's actually called Niall, but got so sick of people missaying it, he just goes by Neil. He has a kid now. He's like 30 or 35 or something. And he knows every single word to the film Hook.
Good man.
No, I'm like that. It's the reason that I cannot watch Nightmare Before Christmas with anybody. Because I don't just know the words to the songs like, a fair amount of people do. I know all the words to the film.
I'm kind of like that with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
But I'm only like that with Lord of the Rings because the Harry Potter franchise, Lord of the Rings, and maybe Star Wars a little bit are the three franchises that I tend to go to in the middle of winter when I'm feeling sick.
Yeah.
That's what I tend to watch.
Something you can throw a day at, like when you're home alone, and all you want to do is put DVDs on. You can throw a day at any of those.
But even now, when I watch Lord of the Rings, first one I'll watch all of it. The second two, if Frodo's on, he's getting skipped.
What about Sam, mate? Sam is the best.
Love Sam. Sam is my favourite. But Frodo is the least interesting character in any film ever.
I find, though, that his actor, I forget his name. What's his name?
I don't know. I don't care.
Fuck. His actor is really good. He's good in everything else he's in. I suppose he's good at playing a useless sack of shit. But...
Yeah. It's just the worst character ever. He's just boring and whingy.
Yeah, Sam, though. I like Sam. Sam did a good job. Also, his actor is, full-on American and does a really good, farmery Somerset accent.
Yeah.
It's, actually good. I watched Lord of the Rings and didn't know he'd been in anything else, but yeah, he's a solid choice.
But I think the only other thing that I've seen him in is Stranger Things.
Stranger Things is in that.
Oh, it's Sam. I like Sam.
Spoilers for Stranger Things in 3, 2, 1. He fucking dies. That was a good death though.
Made me sad. Not as sad as the Russian guy for some reason. Oh, not the Russian guy. I like the Russian guy.
Yeah, I forget his name.
Yeah, so do I. The other thing that because I've been watching Mandalorian because the second season.
I have not seen the most current episode.
Well, it's not got any spoilers in anyway. Why have they not like given a name to the baby yet?
Why? He to Mando. He is an asset. That's all he is. He is a thing to be completed. He is a mission to drop off. Why would you name it? If I give you a melon and say, I need you to take this melon to fucking Scarborough.
It's a bit different, though, isn't it?
If I gave you a melon with eyes and could telekinetically eat macaroons, would you name it?
Probably. Probably, yes.
I think it's just another trying to go in a bit film studies here. It is another way to show you that the Mandalorian, although he cares for the child, he is relatively uncaring. He does not care what you have done to get the bounty on your head. He is a bounty hunter. He's going to take you in.
Yeah.
He's a bit uncaring in some aspects, but he's a good guy.
Yeah, I suppose. But it just annoys me that it doesn't have a name. It's just called The Child.
Maybe that's its name.
When has anything been called The Child?
The Chilled.
The Chilled. It is pretty chilled, to be fair.
Thekhild. Is that enough of a Star Warsy name?
Thekhild. Yeah, that
Yep,
works for
right,
me.
there we go.
That's its name.
It's massively mispronounced. It's Thekhild.
Not The Child, Thekhild.
Thekhild, 50 years old, thank you.
Top at bottom at hill. But yeah.
I'm enjoying The Mandalorian. I think that Jon Favreau is one of my favourite directors. I absolutely love him. He plays happy in the Marvel films.
Yes. Okay.
He directed Iron Man 1 and birthed the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
If you need something done well, give it to Jon Favreau.
Yeah. What I find with The Mandalorian, though, even though I am enjoying it and it is a good program, and obviously I really enjoy most of the Star Wars stuff, is every episode's very similar.
I am going to help these people. Oh no, why have they fucked me over? Oh, why? Okay, now I'll help these people.
It's pretty much, I need some information, so I'm going to go to this planet. Right, these people that are going to give me this information, they need me to do this first. Right, I've done it for you. Oh, you don't actually have any information. You have, like, a smidgen of information.
Yeah.
That is pretty much most episodes so far. I'm just like...
But, you know, it's that, or he goes around asking people nicely. Have you seen a Jedi? What's a Jedi? Because, like, 90% of the galaxy don't know what a Jedi is or really care.
So... I still can't figure out where in the timeline of Star Wars this is fucking set.
I think it's is it? Oh, it's I'm fairly sure between prequels and thingies. Or not when is it? Because they talked about the Death Star. They referred to other characters. It's definitely after the prequels.
So after the ones that were made 1, 2, and 3 in the early 2000s.
After them, yep.
But before...
Okay, it's after Return of the Jedi.
Which is the 6th one? 5th one?
5 years after the Emperor's defeated in Return of the Jedi. Yeah, so after
the
end of originals.
Yeah,
yep.
So end of the 6th one.
Yeah, so it's before the bad things happened, but after all the good ones happened.
Okay. That's fair enough.
All right, because I've been trying to figure it out, because I know going into spoiler territory for the Mandalorian for last week's episode, and the entire series up until this point. There is a character in the Clone Wars, the TV show, called Ahsoka, or however you pronounce her name. She is Anakin's Padawan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've not watched them, but I am aware.
Peripherally aware. She's the one with the white and blue, like, head tentacles.
Yeah.
You'd probably recognize her if you saw her. Also, one of the Mandalorians from last week's episode is from one of the cartoons. I think she's from Rebels. The dark saber. That's a whole thing.
So what's a dark saber?
The dark saber was the lightsaber made by the first Mandalorian Jedi.
Right. Okay. So...
And I'm fairly sure that Jedi became Mandalore. Mandalore is a title for, hey, I'm ruler of the Mandalorians.
Yep.
I brought the clans together. We can now go and take on anyone because we're badass, like super fighters, because it's all we do and it's fun.
Yeah. So yeah. So is the two, like you're saying with the clans and stuff, how many clans are there? Because obviously, like he says, "Oh, I'll never take my helmet off because that is the way," and blah blah blah. Where the ones, I'm sure that he's meant to look.
I'm not sure how many I would because I'm basing a lot of what I know off of Knights of the Old Republic, which is a game that came out like 2002, 2003 or something. And those games are based after an event in the Star Wars history that may or may not be canon anymore, that were called the Mandalorian Wars. And it was all of the Mandalorians working together versus the Jedi.
Okay.
And it was bad for everyone involved. It was a horrible event. No one liked what was going on. But then after that, all the clans separated. Like, they were no longer under one banner. It was pretty much everyone for themselves. You look after your own. So it'd be essentially like, how many families exist in Lancashire.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm from Lancashire. Oh, you're Lancashire. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But how many families are there? Yeah, so technically probably a lot, but realistically, like, maybe not many.
Yeah. Not very many big ones.
Yeah. They seem pretty scattered.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah. So yeah, they're kind of like the films that I go to when I'm poor. But what films do you go to when you're poorly? So I find that everybody either has like a book or a film or a TV series that they always go to when they're poorly.
I'm gonna kind of flip this question around, because I don't get sick often at all. If I get sick, I am shitting, and I'm staying in bed and doing nothing.
Yeah.
In the past few years, the only times I've been sick are when I have either had a migraine, in which case I'm sleeping, or constantly shitting.
Yeah.
Those are my two. I don't get, I'm feeling like sicky tummy, I'm going to vomit, bleh, feel a bit ill. I get deadly headache, murderous arse. No in between.
Yeah.
So, but when I was younger and I used to get sick, it'd be comedy specials. So, like Peter Kay. That kind of stuff. That's what I would go to. Because as opposed to me having to pay attention to an entire film, it would be lots of short stories and jokes told by a fat man. And I can pay attention to a joke at a time. Paying attention to an entire film when you're feeling sick and you're like 7, a little more difficult.
Have you watched the Eddie Murphy specials?
The ones from like the
80s.
I have not, but I hear they would not go down well today.
You wouldn't be able to get away with it today, but they are two of the best specials that you will ever watch. They are hilarious. They're like, when you watch Kevin Hart, you go, Oh yeah, it's very much like Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, it's just diluted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're both two very similar comics.
yeah. I there's another guy who reminds me because I know that Eddie Murphy back in the day, very energetic,
Yeah,
like very stu His comedy was his comedy. It was a whole thing. But Richard Pryor is a very good. He died of cocaine addiction and like he had a heart attack
another
or
one.
something. Yeah, he had a heart attack and then stopped doing cocaine for a bit and then died of a heart attack.
Jesus.
But he very funny man. Like my brother showed me him when I was like 13, 14. I think my mum was away and we were both up at like 2. My brother's like a good 10 years older than me.
Yeah.
And he just goes, "Oh, have you ever heard of Richard Pryor?" I was like, "No, I've never heard of him." So we put on one of his comedy specials. My God, it is some of the hardest I have ever laughed.
I've not, I don't think I've ever watched any of these specials, but yeah, I imagine that it was very funny.
I've not seen the film, but there's a film called Hear No Evil, See No Evil.
Yeah,
That's him and Gene Wilder.
yeah.
And the premise of the film is one of them is deaf and one of them is blind. And
Jesus.
between them, they see a murder happen.
Jesus.
So one of them can say, "Oh yeah, the guy who sounded like this shot a guy," and the other guy's like, "Oh yeah, it was the guy with the handgun that did it." And collectively, they see a murder and have to try and report it.
That sounds like an interesting concept, to be fair. But yeah, have you watched Kevin Hart's new special?
I have not.
Because we were talking about that the other week, weren't we?
We were like, there's nothing against Kevin Hart. He's just never appealed to me. I've never gone out of my way to see him in anything. Like I've seen Jumanji,
Yeah.
and that's my experience with him. Like totally, he's fine in it, but he is. That seems to be the character he plays.
Yeah, in most things.
Yeah.
I would definitely say go back and watch all of his specials. His specials are very funny. There's a reason why he's like the best paid comedian out there right now.
Really?
Yeah, he's absolutely hilarious.
One comedian that I like, and he's great. Just go back through and watch
Yeah,
because you can see his stories progress, but you get to learn about so much of his family life.
yeah.
Gabriel Iglesias,
Okay.
the very large Mexican man. He does voices as well.
Yeah, I have seen him. Yeah, because like he has like
Fluffy.
different sizes of
Yeah,
fatness.
the scales of fatness. Yeah, he's hilarious, and you get to like because his kid is like 21 now, and you get like, but then when he first started, he was talking about his kid being like 10.
Yeah,
But it's nice just be like, oh, he's like fully grown up, and you almost feel like a part of it.
Kevin Hart's like that because like his first special is when he's well oh, his two oldest
Yep.
that are now like teenagers are both like toddlers and stuff.
Bloody hell.
And he like talks about like his son not being able to like hold his head up properly and this, that, and the other, and how they went to like a ball pit, and his daughter's playing in the ball pit, getting balls chucked in her head, and this, that, and the other, and how his son thought he was actually Spider-Man, and like even now he goes, "Yeah, my son's a fucking idiot. He's an absolute idiot."
One of the YouTubers I used to watch quite a bit. I don't follow her on YouTube anymore, but I do follow her on Twitter. She's recently had a kid, and
Yeah.
at one point she's there. She's sat with a kid chatting away, and starts telling the story of the tortoise and the hare. Halfway through the story, the kid goes, "No, Mum, I'm done with this story now. The rabbit's clearly going to win," and then fucked off. Like, imagine not knowing the story of the tortoise and the hare.
Jesus Christ. That is pretty ridiculous, actually. So, yeah, that's enough for me.
Yeah,
I've
that's
had
enough for me, Mum. I've come to my own conclusion. Hare wins.
enough. So my second one we thought,
Ooh. Pint of, might I add.
yeah, we don't do things by halves.
No, because half pints are for pussies, or if you want to try things.
Or if you're a woman.
Oh,
Or a little person.
oh, you're just digging a hole now.
Or if you're
And Becca drinks thirds.
She is both a woman and a small person.
Like regular small, not super small. She's 5'2". She's just short.
I don't know if that's regular small or just.
That's regular small.
I don't know the average height of a fucking woman is.
I think you got to be 4'9" to be considered dwarf.
She's not far up.
No, she's not. I don't know, 5 inches off. She's fine. She's fine.
Take off her feet.
Yeah, to be fair, it's a benefit because me and her can use a mirror at the same time.
Why? In what instance would you both need to use mirror? Like when you're cleaning your teeth?
Yeah, or brushing my hair.
Okay, fair enough.
I haven't brushed my hair in a long time.
I'm just looking at you going, that does not look good. But it's fine, because neither is mine.
Yeah. When are you getting a haircut, Keith?
Wednesday.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Is it actually Wednesday that lockdown lifts?
I think so.
Well, if you booked in for Wednesday, I'd fucking
I'm
hope so.
not fucking booked in for anything.
Jesus
I'm
Christ,
just going
mate.
to walk in.
You are not going to walk in on the first day of lifted lockdown and get a haircut. It's not happening.
Watch
You will
me.
have to book.
Fucking watch me.
I booked in the day that lockdown hit again. The day before, I managed to get one. Just because the guy who ran the hairdressers, he was like, yeah, I extended the opening hours because I'm not going to be working for him.
Yeah.
What are we?
So, yeah, probably Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't really care.
You're just going to walk in every day and then get told to go fuck yourself, yeah.
Well, there's about 3 Barbies on Plungy Road.
I'm going to tell them all about you.
Do it. Jesus Christ. Go easy now.
I'm legitimately searching lockdown 2 lift date. Because hairdressers are allowed to open this time. Even in tier 3, they're still open.
Good. Like, I know that this isn't as much of an issue for you, but I've started going grey in my 20s, and that's an issue for me.
I started going grey at the age of 7. I'd only had hair for 2 years.
You've always been grey.
Always. Legitimately always.
Yeah, which is fine. You've always been grey. But for someone that spent 26 years not being grey, it is worrying.
Yeah, so it's lifted on Wednesday. That's one.
I thought you were Wednesday.
I was talking to Becca about it and she was convinced it was Thursday. Absolute bastard.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
she might be good at chopping people's legs off, but not very good at telling us what day lockdown's over with.
Absolute bastard.
Yeah, tell her when she gets home.
I will.
Punch her right through. Actually, don't punch
Just
me.
abuse your fiance, yeah.
Yeah, just abuse your
Like,
fiance.
me and her make enough jokes about me beating her that I'm scared that people think I do. I'm just waiting for her to give like a signal and then 4 blokes are just going to tackle me.
Callum Davis always makes the same joke, and no matter how many times he tells it, it still makes me chuckle inside that he's going to break up with his girlfriend or his fiance, whatever she is, on Christmas Eve.
Fucking hell.
So yeah, I'm just gonna chuck Tasha out on Christmas Eve. Just gonna chuck her out and do the heading. Like Jesus Christ. Yeah, this year's the year. I'm gonna chuck her out on Christmas Eve. Not let her back in until New Year.
Christ.
I'm like, Callum, you would not know how to survive without Tasha.
Yeah, can he cook? Could he make a Christmas dinner?
He takes great delight in telling everyone that he's got an MVQ level 2 in cooking.
You only get those for 2 years. If you did it in the past 2 years, fine. The level 2 only lasts 2 years, because I fucking got one.
Alright, well, he doesn't have it anymore.
So he can say that he got one. He doesn't have it anymore.
He got one.
Oh, I don't know what I need to do mine again. Shit. I might do level 3 this time. Level 3 one lasts forever, but they encourage you to top it up. But you don't have to. But the difference is 100 quid. It's 25 quid for the level 2, 120 for the full one, but you don't have to do it again. So
Yeah.
save yourself 10 years. Maybe, who knows?
So why do they get you to do it every 2 years just because of food standards and
Some things change. The level 3 will teach you to keep up to date. The level 2 just tells you the laws. Tells you the laws and the rules and how things work.
Okay. Not that I know any of this because I did a level 2 and level 3 in IT. So I had a level 2 in business.
Ooh, Jesus.
Which had absolutely nothing to do with business. Because I spent 12 months building a fucking website.
Wow, yeah, that's something. Because I did a business BTEC, but I lasted until Easter holidays and dropped out. In fact, not even Easter. I dropped out before then. But yeah, I actually enjoyed it. It's just I can't do coursework. Tell me a load of information and give me an exam at the end. Fine, happy to do that. You want me to write down things at home?
I'm the opposite way around. Give me a lot of information. I will forget that in 10 minutes.
No, I can't. Because I have to internalize it. But the way I internalize it is by paying attention to what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
people are surprised. Like, I'll make a new friend or something on the odd occasion that happens. I'll make a friend and I'll reference a conversation that we had 7 months ago.
Yeah.
And they go, "Oh, you remember?" It's like, "Yes, you told me." That's how I internalize things that way. I can't. The difference is I really like maths because I don't have to explain myself. I can write down my working out, but I don't have to explain myself. I go 2 + 2 is 4. You go, "Yes, thank you, Callum."
You just almost murdered me 20 minutes ago for making you do maths. So you can't enjoy it that bloody much.
No, that's hard maths. That's variable percentages or some shit. You hurt my
Fuck's
feelings.
sake.
Get out of my house!
For fuck's sake, all I wanted was like fucking 10% of fucking 65 million. You go, I don't know. I don't know. It hurts me head. Oh, fucking
Does it,
hell.
man?
Well,
It's something I used to be really good at. I remember being really good at converting fractions into percentages, and then I've just forgotten how it works.
yeah.
Entirely forgotten.
Yeah. I seem to go through, like, because at home, I seem to go through, like, cycles of what I tend to do. So, at the moment, I'm on the cycle of playing Football Manager and watching a lot of, like, Netflix and Now TV. You guarantee in a couple of months, I'll be playing a game non-stop.
Yep. I think we talked about this last week as well. You brought up Football Manager and that you've just been cracking through some stuff.
Yeah.
I struggle to play video games simply because if I am working, it's the time constraints. It's what do I want to do with 4 hours before I go to bed, and often it's like YouTube and films and stuff.
Yeah.
Generally, if I'm at home in the evening, I'm going to be watching stuff. Then on my days off, I've got other stuff to do. So for me, it's like because when I did play video games, I was heavily unemployed, and it would be my day.
Mm-hmm.
I can't just sit down for a couple of hours and play. Like for me, 4 hours is how long I. Ideally, obviously, something could interrupt me, and I've got to go to something else. But time constraint, and I struggle to learn to enjoy things.
Yeah. Like, 'cause I know that you play a lot of Dark Souls.
I do. That's the game I go back to.
Jesus.
Regularly. It is the game that I know well enough that I can finish it. I can finish it in like 5 hours if I needed to. I don't, but I could. It's the one game that I go back to and I know well enough. I know where the items I want are. I know where everything is. I can just do it. And it's nice. It's refreshing to have something I can just go, I know this well enough that I can like half zone out as well.
Yeah.
I can just go, I want to not pay attention to something, but I want to have an input.
Yeah.
Boom, Dark Souls.
think that's the thing with me, like Football Manager. So I think like once you get into Football Manager and you get, I always find that it takes a couple of saves to get your tactics right.
Yep.
But then once you find a tactic that works, then it is very easy to hit the targets that you need to do, that you need to hit within the game to carry on playing with that club and, progress. And it's therapeutic almost.
It's I number go up.
Yeah.
Like most, especially arcade games, and for a long time, like Mario has a scoring system. For what reason?
Absolutely none.
It's because it was like it was the first home game on a console that basically since arcades, because arcades were dipping like dramatically. Then the Atari came out and it picked up a bit, but then the NES came out and Mario was on it and boom. But it was a transfer from arcade to home console, so they included a scoring system because, oh yeah, obviously games have scoring system. That's how things work. You go to the arcade and you get the big number, and then your name go on the board. I think inherently humans like big number. Number go big, go good.
Yeah.
Dark Souls takes that number away. You know, in normal games, like you kill an enemy, oh, you've got some experience points there. Well, oh, you've leveled up. The way Dark Souls works it is you get souls, and that's your currency and your experience.
Mm-hmm.
You don't automatically level up.
Yeah.
You have to sit down and go, okay, I'm going to level up in that, and that. So strength, dexterity, and I'm going to increase my health. If you die, you lose the souls you had. Like, imagine if you were like, oh yeah, I'm only like a 20 XP away from leveling up, and then you died, and then you lost all of that experience.
What, right back down to level
back,
1?
No. All your levels, you maintain all your level ups.
All right.
But all of your experience, boom, gone. You have to go find it again. You drop them where you died, and you have to walk back.
That sounds like an absolute piss take.
I love Dark Souls. I hate Dark Souls. Like, my brother got at me, because I remember I saw him play it, and I thought, oh, that's an interesting looking game, because it's like proper like medieval fantasy. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, do you want it? Because he wanted to get it on the PS3, and he had it on the 360. So I was like, oh yeah, fair enough. I'll take your trade down copy. And I played it, and I played it, and I played it. And I threw myself at it for a good couple of days. Got to a boss I couldn't defeat. So I threw myself at it for a good couple of days. And then didn't touch it for 6 months. Because I got right pissed off with it. It's like this one boss couldn't do it. Couldn't figure it out. Just couldn't manage it. And then 6 months later, I played it. Then I just kept playing it because I played it and I finished it. And I was not. If you know what you're doing, you finish that game by like your level. For me, like level 60, 70.
Yeah.
I was level 190 by the time I finished it the first time.
Yeah.
Massively overpowered. It should have been a cakewalk, but it wasn't. Then the next time, like, it's the only game that I have started playing and then gone straight in and played it again. Just started again.
Yeah.
Boom. Done it again. I've never done that. Because I used to be, I'd play a game, and I was like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
Finished it. Boom. Done. Dark Souls, for some reason, it just fully gripped me. Full on.
I think the only game that I've replayed the career mode on it, probably GTA, whatever the new one is, like the new
GTA 5?
GTA 5.
Yeah.
But that's only because I played it on like Xbox 3, played it on PlayStation 3, and then Xbox One, then PlayStation 4. I replayed it just because it was out on the new consoles.
Yeah. One game that, just a sidetrack from Dark Souls from it, the only other game that I have actually replayed, that I know that I've replayed, would be Shadows of the Damned. It is a game that you will not have heard of. It's a really good game. It came out on the 360, like fully voice acted and everything. Solid game. The idea is that you are a demon hunter, and your girlfriend gets kidnapped by King Demon.
Yep.
So you go to hell to get her back.
Okay.
That's the game.
Actually, no, the only other game, I think the only game that I have repeatedly done the career mode more than like once, twice, is Need for Speed Most Wanted. The original one that was out on like PlayStation 2.
Yeah, I play that on my dad's laptop. My dad, like, weirdly, my dad doesn't like video games, but my sister got into Fortnite on her PS4, so he got a PS4 so he could play with it. And like he said he's fully enjoying it. I'm like, oh, good on you, Dad. But the couple of games that my dad does really enjoy are racing games, and Need for Speed Most Wanted was the one.
Yep.
It's just been re-released.
Has it?
Yep, it's had a remake apparently, according to my dad. But my dad.
Yeah, I think I remember having it remake, but it wasn't the same.
Yeah. So he's getting that for Christmas. So he rings me one day and he goes, Callum, how much do you know about like steering wheels? It's like, what? Very little. I don't have a car. But he's like, no, for like for games and that. I go, oh, okay. Well, I'll have a look. But how much? My dad, you ask him to find you something for cheap, he will find it, and it'll be cheap, but he'll find it.
Yeah.
He's an eBay connoisseur. He will find stuff for dirt cheap on eBay. So it's like I was like, oh, fair enough. Are you thinking spending like 20, 30 quid? Then he was like, nope, 150. That's my cap. I was like, oh,
Jesus.
wow. Because yeah, that was my thought. Because like, Dad, you've cheaped out on every birthday in my existence. Like, where's this coming from? It's like, oh, I'm buying myself one because Need for Speed. I was like, oh, okay, there we go. It's a selfish buy. Selfish buy. That's fine.
That makes sense.
To be fair, he hasn't cheaped out on every birthday. It's just I'm terrible at asking for gifts. This Christmas 2020 is the first time in 10 years that I'm not just asking for money off my mum.
Yeah, like I was half tempted to say to him, like, look, just get me a PlayStation 5,
Yep.
ask for money for everybody else, and then I will pay the difference.
Yep.
Can I find anywhere that sells a fucking PlayStation 5 that's not out of stock? Can I fuck?
Yeah, no, they're
So I was just like, you know what? Just get me some like PlayStation money things, voucher thingamabobs.
I hate those. I hate them so much.
But the only reason that I've said that is because I know that in January, February time,
Yeah.
when there is more, because I'm getting the digital version.
Oh, you get the digital one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we talked about this. You don't care about discs, whereas I do. I don't care about them that much, but every now and again I like to be able to. Also, I don't have a DVD player anymore.
That doesn't. Yeah, I'm like, I don't.
No, but I have a few DVDs I want to watch.
Just watch it online.
I cannot find Scooby-Doo and the 13 Ghosts online.
Illegally downloaded.
I have tried.
I guarantee you, I'll find it for you. And
No, I
send...
found it, but there were no CDs.
I will find it. I will download it. Yeah, and I will can bring you the file.
Thank you. Did you know for a little while in Africa the fastest internet was a pigeon?
No. No, I'm not. I'm not even biting with that one.
There was a town in Africa that's internet was so bad that it was quicker to send a message via homing pigeon with a flash drive that told someone else to download something and then it'd fly back.
For fuck's sake. Just for that's some real like 1995 shit right there. Not that my internet at home is much better.
My internet's great and you're jealous.
Yeah, yeah.
If you want, when you get your PS5, bring it here first. I'll let you download some games.
Thanks. Oh.
I'm looking at getting an Oculus Quest maybe at some point.
Is that the VR?
It's the new VR one, but it's self-contained as well. It's got a foam processor in it, so it can play games on its own. You don't have to have it plugged into a PC. You can just charge it and use it.
I think one of the guys at work were on about it the other day. I don't care because
and it's affordable as well. Like it's not
ridiculous.
It's sub 300. I think it's $250.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like very affordable.
I have never tried one, so I'm probably gonna try that when I come round in the new year and you've got it.
I don't know why I'm getting it because for Christmas, you know Time Crisis, you know House of the Dead,
No,
the arcade games.
no. Look at me like that. Don't look at me like, how dare you have other interests than I?
So you've never gone to an arcade at Blackpool or something and seen that big cabinet with the big screens and you shoot the gun at the screen?
Oh, right, is that what they are?
Yes.
Do you expect me to know that? To me, that's a shooty bang bang game with a plastic gun.
I am dumbfounded.
Like I said, that is a shooty bang bang game with a plastic gun.
Well, the Bang Bang gun,
Shooty bang bang.
they don't work on LCD TVs because old CRT monitors, they had scan lines, which was a single light that went and illuminated the thing.
Yep.
The way those guns work, it was a little camera and it would detect where you were pointing on the screen based on the scan line.
Yep.
Modern TVs don't have them, so they don't work on modern TVs.
Yep.
One guy called Sinden, or whatever the fuck his name is, has decided, I want to play House of the Dead, but, the guns don't work on my TV. So he's made one that does. So me and Becca are getting a 2-pack. We're getting a set of 2. So we can play House of the Dead at home and have fun. Because it's fun to point a gun at a TV and go bang bang.
Yeah.
The shooty gun bang bang games, yes, they're good. I like them.
Bang bang game, yeah. If I remember next time, I got a PlayStation Classic for Christmas last year. Not really played on it much.
Huh.
I will bring it round and we'll have a go.
Because somewhere, I think I might have it over there, because we have the NES Mini.
Okay.
Which is it's the same thing, but, a NES.
Yeah.
Sorry, the SNES Mini. I'd like the NES Mini as well.
But yeah, I've got 2 controllers, USB to plug it in, tiny little thing.
You can hack them.
See, I was looking at whether you could hack them and add more games onto it. So, these are games that I won't really play.
Yeah, like Final Fantasy VII has to be on there. I understand why it's on there, but people who are going to go back and play Final Fantasy VII are the people who have already played Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
But 100% understand why it's on there. 100% get it. Because I was playing through Legend of Zelda. It's one of the good ones. But I was playing through that. I just got stuck halfway through and gave up a bit on the SNES Mini. I mean, I would like to enjoy games. I miss enjoying games.
Yeah.
I think Dark Souls ruined it for me because it was the only game I ever played more than once. At the time I played it, it was the only game I'd ever played more than once.
Yeah.
And since then, I don't like not knowing things.
Okay.
Like, I can't think of an example, but you go into a game and if I go left, that's story, and I can go continue doing story stuff. If I go right, there's a few side missions.
Yep.
I hate not knowing which way's which. I am in a situation, I need to know that left is story and right is side missions, so that I can go do the side missions if I want to. I want the progression to be at my choice. Yeah. So Dark Souls, because I know it inside out, I enjoy knowing it so well.
Yeah. So
I enjoy going and playing it and go, oh, yep, right, I'm at this point in the game. At this point, I've got a few options. Fuck it, I'll go here.
Yeah. Like, my team coach at work, Maximus Gallius.
Yeah.
He enjoys The Witcher.
Yeah.
Never played it. Doesn't seem like the type of game that I'd enjoy because for me, if I'm playing a game, I want the game to be A to B. That's the story. Where with The Witcher, it's you start off at A, but every decision that you make changes the outcome of the story. And that pisses me off. I'm like, no, I don't want that. I want the best outcome. And I am not going to be able to get the best outcome because I'm a fucking idiot.
Oh, Jesus.
And I can't be asked sitting here Googling what the fucking best answer is to every fucking question that I get and which way to fucking go and do it. I just want a set storyline. And that's what I enjoy. Where The Witcher
I understand that. I don't necessarily 100% agree, but at one point I was the same. I was like, no, why are you going to write a story that I can do bad at? I don't want the bad ending. I want the good ending. But then it's giving you a little bit of autonomy in your decisions, but then repercussions. Like BioShock has the same thing, but it's, are you a good guy or are you a fucking asshole?
Yeah, I mean the only thing that's kind of like that, but not quite, is like with the new Red Dead, you can kind of like decide whether you're an asshole or not by doing good deeds or bad deeds. Which I don't mind that. That's fine. That adds a bit of something to it. But I don't want to play the whole game going like there's multiple choices here. Each one's going to take me on a different story. I don't want to play this game multiple times to get multiple stories. I want to play it once, and if I enjoy the story, I will play it again.
Dark Souls has two endings, technically.
Yeah, like GTA 5 had three or four possible.
Dark Souls has two, but it's nothing matters until the end. It is literally, you've just defeated the last boss.
Yeah.
Do you take his job or walk out the fucking door?
Yeah.
Those are your decisions.
GTA. Have you played GTA 5?
Nope.
So, GTA 5, over the entire game, you play as three different characters.
Trevor, the other guy, and the other guy, yeah.
Yeah. At the end of the game, the very last mission, you have four options. Kill nobody or kill one of the three characters.
Oh.
So, that for me is fine. I don't mind that. Because I can save it there and go, I can do each mission and save it, and then my final save is depending on which one I prefer it to be. Because realistically, I'm never going to play just the cream mode after this anyway.
Yeah. It's like, fuck, what's it called? Saints Row. Saints Row the Third has a thing like that. And it's actually a really good one. Saints Row, they put effort into the licensed music that they get. So at the very end of the game, you come out of a warehouse and you get a phone call from the villain.
Yep.
The villain of the game, this like super macho luchador guy. And he goes, I am in a limousine leaving for the airport, and you will never see me again, and you will never get revenge.
Yep.
Over a mile to your right are your friends attached to a bomb. Decide what you do. Do you go and save your friends, or do you go and stop the plane?
Yeah.
That's your last decision in the game.
Yeah.
And then you actually have to do it. But the music they play is holding out for a hero as you are charging down either after the villain or to go and save your friends. It's amazing.
I can't remember what I think I've played that one.
Yeah.
And completed it. It might be Saints Row 4 then.
Saints Row 4 is the Superpowers one.
I can't remember. There's one where the you're doing the last mission, and it's a Kanye West song. Power.
That's the first mission in the one where you're like falling onto a skyscraper.
I can't remember now.
Well, that happens. It's the start of Saints Row the Third.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Kanye West song as you fight your way through a plane, jump out of the plane, murder guys on your way down, and then parachute onto a building and take over the building, and that's your headquarters.
I keep is it which one is the one where you get where you're the president of the United States?
That's the fourth one.
Is that the fourth one?
Yeah.
I've never completed that one. I've gone to play it 3 or 4 times.
I think I might have the fourth one on Steam because I really enjoyed the third one. I got it on 360. Really enjoyed the third one.
The third is the third. I can never remember if the third one is the one where you can beat people up with a dildo.
Yep.
or it's the one where you get the massive hand, the massive foam hand.
Don't remember that, and I
That
played
might
quite
be
a lot of it.
yeah. There's two. I think I played the third and the fourth one, and one of them, I think the fourth one you get like a massive like a 3 or 4 foot dildo that you can go around beating people up with. I think it's the third one that you get like a massive, like the foam hands.
Yeah, yeah, I know them.
Yeah, and I had countless hours with the foam hand, just like backhanding someone and watching them fly like 200 or 300 yards in the distance. And for some reason, that was hysterical to me as a grown man.
Yep, my character in Saints Row the Third, I gave him the zombie voice. So realistically, I've no idea what happens the entire game because my character's voice was meh 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 meh, and he was as tall as he could be, as fat as he could be. His skin was gold, and he looked like a sumo. And that was my character in Saints Row the
They're
Third.
just ridiculous.
It's because Saints Row started as a GTA clone. Saints Row 1, it's just Grand Theft Auto. It's a Grand Theft Auto game. The second one, they made it a little bit funnier.
Yeah.
Just a little bit funnier. Like one of the missions is you have a fire truck full of shit, and you had to go and blow shit all over one of the rival gangs.
Yeah.
The third one is a comedy game. It is a good game, but it's a comedy game. And then the fourth one, even more so, it's more wacky.
Yeah. I think if I do eventually get like a gaming PC, I will just get all the Saints Row on Steam. Yeah. And cause I know for the fact I haven't played the first two.
You can kind of skip the first one.
Yeah.
Because it's just GTA. Yeah. But the second one onwards is...
I think if I were going to do it, though, I would want to start from the first one and go all the way through. But, yeah, I don't know when that's going to be. I may be getting a PC, like a decent gaming PC in the near future, but I'm not sure yet. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I'll find out.
Because, like I said, it's one of the lads at work. His son's wants a new gaming PC for Christmas, but the gaming PC that he has now is, to be fair, from what he's told me,
it's fine.
It's like a decent gaming PC anyway. So I think if it gets to the point where like I'll buy that and then inevitably do the PC thing of spending the next couple of years massively in debt because I'm upgrading it.
I haven't with mine, but because mine, when I got it, mine was built as a good middle of the road PC. Yeah. It has the best of last generation's processors in it, and it has a when looking at graphics cards, when looking at the Nvidia ones, the first half of the number is the series it's in. The second half is how good it is within its series. I got the 1660 Ti. By the time that came out, the 20 series was already out. So you've got the 1080.
Yep.
And then you had like the 2080. But then the 16 comes out because it's designed as a cheaper alternative, good, middle of the road.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, cool. So I got mine. So I was never going to get a 2080 because what's the point? But I might get a 3080 when they're readily available.
Yeah.
Because for the amount that I would get an increase in FPS and the actual games I'd be able to play, it's worth the money.
Yeah.
But me spending like an extra 700 quid on a single bump, instead I can spend less than 700 quid and get 2 bumps instead. Yeah.
But yeah, so like oh yeah, it's water cooled and this, that, and the other, and blah blah. All right, just let me know. Yeah. Just let me know whenever, and we'll sort something out. And then I would more than likely then I would have my PC as this is the thing that I'm going to do the majority of my entertainment on, like watching things and gaming by myself. and then the PlayStation would be there for
Exclusives.
exclusives and playing online with friends.
And that's one of the reasons that I want a PS5, but I know that I don't need one. Because I've never really played exclusives all that much. Like, I like to well enough, but
yeah, it's like the Spider-Man game.
yeah,
I'd probably get the new Spider-Man game because the one
the last one is great.
the last one is probably very like just even like the visuals and stuff are very very good.
It's an amazing game. I have watched it played. It's just I as I was saying before, I like to know where I'm supposed to go. But I often find like first time playing through a game, I will not do any side missions. I don't care about side missions.
Yeah,
I want to do the main mission.
Yeah.
Then if I play it again, or even just afterwards, like, oh, I've finished the main game, I can do all those side ones now. I'll do that. I will play more of the game, but I don't want to have to play more of the game. I
Yeah.
want to finish it and then like fiddle about. Oh, really?
but yeah, I still haven't done any of the DLCs because when I bought the Spider-Man game, I'm like, I'm not getting any of the DLCs. I'm not paying for them.
Yeah.
And then I think they did like some sort of offer where you could get them all for free on the PlayStation. So I downloaded them all for free. But the issue now is that it's been that long since I've actually played the game that I can't remember any of the controls.
Yeah, that's again, going back to Dark Souls. Dark Souls is a massive change in controller layout.
Yep.
Just going from any game to Dark Souls was weird because normal games you'd play, it'd be like, oh, press X to kick them, press square to punch, and then hold triangle to do a special move.
Yeah.
In Dark Souls, it's the bumpers.
Yeah.
It's your left and right hand on your left and right hand, and it's block or light attack.
Yeah.
It was a dramatic change from anything.
Yeah.
Because I think you've said it's similar to how the Assassin's Creed is now.
Yeah, which I didn't like at first, but I have kind of come around to it is a better way of playing the game because there is, instead of just smashing buttons, there is a bit of something to it to actually make you think.
Yep.
But as I've said before, they need more consistency. So,
Yeah.
right, this is how we're laying out the attack, the defense, the this, the that, and this is how it's going to be for the next 5 or 10 years.
Yeah, but it's the awkward thing of different studios making the games because it's not the same team that make every Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
It's this is the France team that are making this one. Oh, this one actually this team in Canada are making that one. Because it's Ubisoft, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, they have so many teams that they can just throw at stuff.
Yeah, but even then, I wish they'd go, right, the button outlay.
You need an Assassin's Creed director to dictate all of them.
Yeah, which I can't see why they wouldn't be able to do that because they make so much money off each one.
Yeah.
And it's not as if it's like a small game. They could literally go. I don't know why they do a different team with each one. That
same reason that I was talking about with FIFA. You have one team that works for. You have the team that makes the engine, and has a year to make it.
But
and then you have the other team that.
Yeah, I think if I ever had enough money that I'd be able to kind of start up my own company to kind of, because I think I would enjoy doing that in like my own company that built games.
Yeah.
I think, especially with like Assassin, I'd never do anything like FIFA.
Nope.
Because I think trying to break into that would be too hard.
Yeah.
But if I was making games like, say, like Assassin's Creed, that I know that, all right, we're probably going to bring out 10 of these, one after the other.
Yeah.
I'd go, this is the team that is going to work on these games. and all of them
Yeah.
for however many that we make. They're going to decide everything in the game. And by whichever game, they're going to have the controls down to, right, these are the controls regardless of how many we make. And then just have one team working on one project forever.
Yeah.
Because instead of having one team working on one game and then another team working on the next one, and then it's like alternate,
Yeah.
I feel like it does make it a bit better.
No, I feel it's consistency. Consistency is great. It's like I think I've said with podcasts to you privately, like the issue is that you'll start listening to something and you have mentally a slot. You go, okay, well, I know that I walk to work and I listen to this podcast, and it normally takes me 3 out of my 5 days walking to work, and I've listened to it.
Yep.
If for whatever reason they don't upload one week, you're going to fill it with something else, and you might enjoy that something else more. The consistency of something is like paramount. Like it means something that something is of equal quality every time. Because otherwise, it's no longer, oh, this thing is really good. It's like, oh, yes, some of them are good. It dips and valleys.
Yeah, I think that's the tricky thing with like games, though. The consistent, not only like having the consistency of the games coming out every 2 years or whatever, and the buttons and that, but also making them feel fresh enough that it's not the exact same as the last one. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get you. You need to add something, or mix up to like there's a game, bloody Darksiders.
Yep.
Darksiders is basically Legend of Zelda for edgy teens. You are playing one of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Okay.
You are playing as War.
Yep.
And you play through the game, and it's Legend of Zelda in the sense that you go to a dungeon, you play through it a bit, you notice, oh, I don't have the item to deal with that.
Yep.
You get the item within the dungeon, you use it to traverse the dungeon, you use it to defeat the boss.
Yep.
Boom. That's how every dungeon is. It's great. It was a very good game. Second one comes out. Second one you're playing as Death instead. So it's a little bit of different playstyle there. You don't have a sword anymore, you've got a scythe. That's mixing it up nicely. Controls are the same. However, this one is done more like an RPG. So you have experience points that you can assign to stuff.
Yep.
Because in the previous game it was just, oh, you have gotten this far in the game.
Yeah.
Right, here, have this power.
Yeah.
Instead, in this one, it's more, okay, I want more combos. I want to be able to hit more times in a row.
Yeah.
I want big number. I want more number.
Yeah.
So that changed. And then the third one was very different, and I haven't played. But I did play, like, I've played all the first one, some of the second one, but I just never went back and never carried on.
Okay.
But the controls were consistent game to game. It's just the character was different, so you got a different playstyle. It wasn't slow and methodical and hit with sword. It was fast, spinning your scythe around, going mental. Yeah. But the controls were the same.
Yeah. I don't know if we've talked about this on the podcast before or not. I can't remember. But my idea for my game is like a cross between Sims and GTA. In the fact that you start up the game and you can create however many characters.
Yeah.
Like in Sims, you can create, say, 5 characters, and it might be you, Becca, me, your mum and dad, for example.
Yeah.
And we're all living in the same household, for example. It's the concept of Sims, but with almost like the graphics of GTA. I feel like The Sims is a bit cartoony.
Yeah.
So instead of like on Sims, you say, I want this character to do this.
Yes.
And this and this and this and this and this. Where it would be like the perfect blend of the two. So you'd have all your characters and stuff. And then you would actually you could swap between the two, and it'd be like first person,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
so you can kind of see where I'm coming from now. So it would be very similar to Sims, but in the style of GTA.
Oh, okay. Like, I think I kind of get it.
And then the whole very similar to Sims. Each character would have like almost like a career that they want to go into,
Yeah.
and then you have things that you can do in the game to kind of get yourself promoted in your game, in your career.
Yeah.
But I would have it because like in Sims, it's like as long as they're well rested and they're fed and
Yeah.
they're happy, you can kind of just send them into work
Yeah.
and go work hard. And then you get to some point and they go, oh, you need to read these books to get to these levels. And then you can, as long as you're happy and blah, 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 you can carry on getting
Yeah.
promoted. Where in my game, you would actually go into work and it would be you going into work.
Yeah.
Like you're actually controlling your player in that whatever 8 hour shift
Yeah.
and so on and so forth. That is my game concept.
I saw it was years and years ago now. I was listening to the co-optional podcast I was listening to, and they actually had a really good idea for a VR game.
Yep.
And the entire premise of the VR game is that you're on a road trip and you're a passenger in the car.
Okay.
And you're just sat there, like, more or less just experiencing stuff that's going on.
Yep.
Like, just experiencing, like, the jokes that are going on or what you're driving past. And you tactically get to choose when you go to sleep. It'd be kind of like a graphic novel kind of game, where it is literally just you making decisions.
Yeah.
But you tactically choose when you go to sleep and for how long. But that means you miss out on decisions that affect the game. So, oh, you were asleep between X and Y.
Yep.
Oh, and also you told a joke that pissed her off. So she didn't wake you up to ask where you wanted to stay the night.
Yep.
So they all made a decision without your input.
Yep.
Oh, that you didn't get to choose where you went to eat. You didn't get to choose if you picked up that hitchhiker.
Yeah.
And there'd just be like different, like, do you actually get to your destination at the end of it? Which I thought, that's a really interesting concept, but all of that is in the writing. All of that is in the comedy and the nuance and the how characters work with each other.
See, like I was saying before, I don't like them sort of games.
Yeah.
I'd actually be interested in that.
It's an
That's
interesting...
an interesting concept.
Because it is the entire premise of the game is what ending are you going to get? Because there'd have to be shitloads.
Yeah.
There would have to be absolute loads. Like, you'd get shivved by homeless guys, the top one. Yeah, so that sounds like a fun game. I like thinking about what games could be. Because I had an idea years and years ago that the entire premise of the game is you start out as the most powerful version of yourself. And as you go on, you have to make things more difficult. So you go, okay, throughout this game, say if it was a side scroll, it's like, alright, I'm getting rid of my double jump. And that's where the challenge came in. The game didn't get any harder. You made it harder for yourself. For greater rewards or whatever. But
yeah,
it's just very backwards because there's no longer incentive to carry on because you're going to get more interesting stuff. It's literally taking things away. So probably wouldn't work out all the best.
Actually, I don't know about that because I think with that you get people that enjoyed the challenge.
Like maybe if it was like the exact same level over and over again. Like the exact same level, and it was how fast can you do it?
Yeah.
And you just have to be good with less and less tools in your arsenal.
I've always thought, what's the film called? Edge of Tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. Where he's looping.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I always thought that might have been a good concept for a game.
There is one. There is one called Super Time Force.
Okay.
And the premise of that game is, say you do an entire level of Mario.
Yep.
And then you die 30 seconds before the end.
Yep.
Next time you play through the level, your last run still happens. So you start the level at the same time as they do, but everything you did last time still goes on. as you go on as well.
Okay.
So, like, you don't have to stomp on that Goomba. Oh, you know that you can run ahead because he's going to hit that switch, so you can get over that thing
Yeah.
before he does. Everything you did on your last time still happens.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting game that I never really played. It's like I saw it and I saw the concept and thought that's really cool. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, that could be an interesting way of like doing a game where you start off and you get so far.
Yep.
And then you go back and they say, this is what you did. This is the best outcome of each decision. If you've done the best, you get to keep it, and it does it automatically.
Yep.
If you haven't done it, you've got to figure out what it is, what the best outcome of it is.
Right, I see.
Until you get to the end, and you can only get to the end of the story once you've done everything at its best.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
I think that'd be an interesting way.
Fuck me balls. Balls are vibrating.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Oh, that was intense as well. I didn't like that. Did not like that.
That's not what Becky's told me. Or Becca, I should say.
Yes, Becca.
Becca.
Like a chicken.
Becca says you enjoy her humming on your balls.
Stop it.
You know it's true. Because you is a plebo.
Talk about Dark Souls for a bit, but like I like it so much, but I shouldn't because it's rough for no reason. Like it's just horrible.
I feel like it's one of those games that you go, I am punishing myself for playing this game.
A little bit, yeah.
I've never played it. It doesn't interest me.
Yeah, that is how it be sometimes.
But from what like people have told me, it's like I'm going to spend the next X amount of hours punishing myself for no apparent reason.
Just punching yourself in the dick. That's how I enjoy my evenings.
Punching dicks and playing Dark Souls.
Yeah, that's it.
Should get that tattooed on your arm.
No. I already have a Dark Souls tattoo, and that one is enough.
Yeah, punching dick and playing Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Just on your left arse cheek, that one should be.
I guess we'll leave it there, and next week you're gonna talk about your nutsack.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely, that.
And why I should get into it.
Tinder.com.
Right, that's it. Bye.
See you in a bit.